In the middle of the 2000s, it was clear St Andrews had a problem, and that was we had too many people coming to church, not enough seats to accommodate everybody. The children's ministry was so stretched for space that children had to go onto a waiting list to come to Kids Zone on a Sunday morning. And that was what first began to nudge us in the direction of thinking about doing some kind of expansion to create more space. The second reason was that we wanted to be a church that reached out into the community and impacted the community, drawing people to come in and see that church is a loving community of people. And so the idea of creating a renewed space, and then as it turned out, God leading us to the Life Centre on Nathan Road, was a marvellous opportunity for us to start to dream big dreams of reaching out even more than we had in the past. It was a big, bold dream to have, and I think at the beginning we had to think about raising the money, $180 million as it turned out at the time, which was a ginormous amount of money. The congregation, the people of St Andrews, were so gripped by what we call the 2020 vision that they came up with amazing ways that we might raise money in a Christian and godly way. And so much of the fundraising was actually an appeal to share in the blessing of seeing God taking and using our dreams and bringing them to reality.
The Life Centre was a journey of faith that spent nearly 6 years, from breaking the ground in November 2011 to the dedication and blessing service on the 7th June 2015. We give all thanks to God for His provision and to everyone who make it possible. Reverend John Manier for his courageous leadership, our church council, development committees, staff, and every member who prayed, gave, and served sacrificially. Special thanks to architect Nelson Chen, whose design brought the vision to life. His hard work made this more than just a building. It became a space for worship, ministry, and community. The Life Centre stands as a testimony to God's faithfulness and His faithful people.
Well, St. Andrews Life Centre is absolutely a fantastic neighbor partner for us, not only as a church that supports the refugee community, but really for space. As you can see, we're in Chungking Mansions and we serve 700 clients. When we do large-scale gatherings and events, it's just awesome that we can just come by next door and use them. And I think for me, it's been 3 years of ongoing large-scale gatherings. We do World Refugee Day celebrations with the church, and that's amazing. On the 20th of June, we're just 250 people gathering down at the Life Centre, showcasing the unity that we have. I grew up in St. Andrews as a kid, and I remember that space being an old car park with rocks around, and never imagined that one day it could be a space where people in the neighborhood of Chimsachoy can just come in and feel at home. And even better, when refugee community where they don't have much space to call home, coming into this space and being able to feel comfort and safety. And I think that's what this space is really about. Next door you have the mosque, you have a Hindu temple nearby, but how cool it is that Christian Action Center for Refugees uses this platform for its own mission. The church supports such missions, and I think I'm really proud of that. I do see some of our clients taking on leadership roles in the church. And I think it's because they see that the church is not inward, it's really outward. So I'm glad to be part of it.
If you come to the basement of the Life Centre on a Thursday night, you'll see this incredible sight. That's 80 to 90 young adults gathered here every Thursday, praying with one another and studying God's Word. An incredible sight. People come here, put aside their busy schedules, take the time and effort because they know the importance of being rooted in a community that grows in God's Word. So when I think of the Life Centre, I really thank God for a place which gives us a safe space to be vulnerable with one another. We walk through these doors and we come from difficult situations, challenging circumstances in our lives. But we come here knowing that there's a hope that we can find in the gospel, and we point each other to the cross.
When my older kids first started at Kids Zone, it was held at the old vicarage. The ground floor was for the younger kids and the first floor was for the older kids. All in all, the children were limited to just doing sit-down activities around the table to listen to the teachers and maybe do some arts and craft. But once we moved into the Life Center, there was so much space and the teachers could do more creative ways of learning. The kids can get up, walk around, we can play games, and it was just a whole lot more enjoyable. I'm particularly thankful for the Life Center because my children, my younger two children, could enjoy Kids Song in their own classroom. And because of the extra space, the teacher could do age-specific things with that particular age. They could incorporate games, they could afford to be louder, they can laugh louder, scream louder in their excitement, and it won't affect other classes. And because of the space, the children can also bond with one another better. There was time for them to do things in different parts of the room, and it just made the whole experience a lot more enjoyable, and they can really start to enjoy fellowship at a younger age.
我第一次踏入圣安德烈堂教会，是因为这里为我们这些渴望学习乐理的人提供了免费的课程。我很感激这个教会提供了这个平台，它不仅让我结识了许多温暖的朋友和老师，还在粤语班之后的启发课程当中，让我逐步接触并了解到了基督教的信仰。那一刻，我意识到我们每一个人都是有罪的，但神借着耶稣除去我们所有人的罪，赐予我们全新的生命。他引导我走向教会，认识到了耶稣和自己的罪，帮助我来到神的面前，